we have Shola Rogers in the studio. Good morning, Shola. It's good to have you.
Good morning, Cecilia. Good morning, Tayo.
Yes.
Good morning, world. It's a pleasure to be here.
Fantastic.
Thank you for coming.
It's good to have you. Let's dive into it.
Yes.
Dive into...
Just get into it. Okay, there's all the drama about the Super Falcons coach and leaving the country and all that, having some issues and everything. But then we'll dwell on that yesterday. We talked about it extensively yesterday and all that. But what's your own take on this issue? Shouldn't NFF have actually come out and, you know, give us something to really talk about? Because we all had to confirm the story from, you know, different sources and all that, reliable ones, of course, and also with the minister tweeting and everything, like, okay, this is what it is. And, of course, we know that at the camp right now, you have Christopher Danjuma acting as the Super Falcons coach. Meanwhile, the coach, Thomas Dennerby, was the one who started the qualifiers for the Olympics.
Crisis management, that's a fail on the part of the NFF. I was going to call them F, right?
Yeah.
Something worse than an F, actually, because even if you have issues with the coach, you could have managed it better, you get. And this is the bane of sports administration in Nigeria. They tend to paper over these things, not knowing that at times it could just blow up in their faces. And with the era of news traveling so fast, you know, social media, mainstream media, everybody is gobbling up news. They should have put out an official statement explaining that, yeah, there is an issue, or whatever way they wanted to spin it, you know. And this is really bad for the team because there's too much distraction going on at the moment. Look, a trade dispute is normal. If the man feels irked about money, then you talk to him. But there are other stories of how he feels that he's been sabotaged and all that in quotes, in his team and all of that. So those are things that they can actually work out. This is not. It's not supposed to be a big deal, but I think the way the NFF handled it was totally wrong, and they might end up paying for it.
Shola, kindly hold your thoughts there, because I know you have a lot to say about this particular situation between the Falcons and Thomas Dennerby. But we need to go on a break. When we come back, we'll continue with the rest of the show. Shola is going to give us more on it. And the biggest story coming out of the Falcons camp is Asisa Oshoala is now the new captain. Shola will give us his thoughts on that one as well. Welcome back to Channel Sport this morning. We're still talking about matters arising from the Super Falcons camp. We know the coach is far away in Sweden instead of preparing the team for the Tokyo 2020 qualifier against Cote d'Ivoire. Now, yesterday, the acting or interim coach Christopher Danjuma has gone ahead to name Asisa Oshoala as the new captain of the team, replacing Desire Okparonoze, who was named as captain just before the World Cup started by the technical advisor, Thomas Dennerby. Shola, I mean, from one issue to the other, because make no mistake about it, this particular move by Chris Danjuma is controversial. There's not two ways about it. Maybe we should just listen. Let's just listen to the announcement itself coming from the horse's mouth.
And I know that with the crop of players we have here, there's an experience of having played in Algeria, the away encounter, which has raised up the level of the intelligence of the game. I'm sure, as you can see them, everybody not only are they ready, they want us to go, by the grace of God, get it done there in Cote d'Ivoire, even when we come home to be a done deal. And in the view of that, and all of them standing, the leadership of the Super Falcons is hereby changed this evening. Leadership in the sense of the captain. Asisa Oshoala will now be your captain. As for the assistant captain, I think that one will be dealt with in the later time of things to come. And I know very well, every one of you is a seasoned player. That's why you are in the Super Falcons. The most important thing is to focus and make sure that Nigeria as a nation, after 12 years, is in the Olympics.
Interim Super Falcons coach Chris Danjuma confirming Asisa Oshoala as the new captain of the Super Falcons. And Shola, I mean, how did you react to this? What was the reaction, initial one, when you found out about this, when the story broke yesterday?
You know, making Asisa captain sent a lot of signals out. If we're trying to resolve the issue with Denabi, and if I'm going to quote you, Tayo, you said interim coach. So why would an interim coach change the captain of the team?
Good question.
Why should your focus be on that aspect of the team? You get, knowing that we just got a new captain a few weeks ago, you know. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's pointing towards maybe he's probably going to get the job full time, and he wants his own captain, because that's what most coaches do when they come in. Some teams will allow the players to choose a captain.
Yeah. Some
will be chosen by the head coach and all of that. Now he has already stamped authority on this team by saying, "I have my own captain, and her name is Asisat Oshoala." You get, which basically means that is tearing down whatever structures that the Nabi has put in place as it concerns the, you know, the captainship of the team. So what that means is that this coach might probably be the main coach of the team, you know. Now, Asisat Oshoala is a fantastic player. She has captain qualities. There's no doubt about that. We need to state that, you know, because if you've studied her progress, the way she's going through the ranks and everything, you will know that, yes, she actually can be captain. But I would have felt that Coach Danjuma shouldn't focus on that and just basically try to show people why he has this job in the interim and why he needs to get it as a full-time coach. But if he feels that changing the captain would maybe galvanize that, well, good luck to him.
Shola, let me put it this way. The first issue is between the NFF and the coach, who is in Sweden. He hasn't reported, stayed away from camp. Now, this one has happened, and you can understand why there are a few cynics out there saying perhaps this coach, the interim coach, Danjuma, is acting on orders.
Well, like I said,
because we are yet to resolve.
We can only speculate.
What if?
Because we don't have any document or any proof to that effect that he's acting on orders.
Okay.
But we can only react to his actions because he has a name and he's put his name on this. They actually made a video. I can't remember the last time I saw this happen. You know, we'll probably just get a press release from the media department of the NFF or read it or hear it on the news like this. But they actually made a video of it, put it out on social media, you know, which shows that, yes,
this is the real deal.
This is the move.
Okay, so what if, because I mean, I was thinking differently. What if maybe this was the plan all along, not whether it's acting on orders, as Tayo mentioned.
It's possible.
But maybe this is the plan all along, because I mentioned earlier that the game against Algeria, right here in Lagos, Asisat Oshoala, you know, had a captain armband. I mean, like, maybe it's been a plan.
Was Desire around for that game?
She wasn't around. That's my
so
point.
That's understandable because the substantive captain wasn't around, so someone else has got to wear it, and that was Asisat.
What if Desire Nozier's captaincy was also temporary only for the World Cup?
But that's not what we got from the coach.
They didn't say that. They didn't say that. They just said she's going to, because I remember when I spoke to the coach about having two captains and all that. Then we had Rita Chikolu and also Nomebi. He says he's going to be rotating the captain armband. That was the word he used, rotate. So you're not going to have a permanent one. Maybe this is just part of the plan, you know,
that's for Chikwelu and Onome Ebi.
I mean, he says it's going to be rotated.
I remember vividly as well to when he named Desire as captain. He named her as a substantive captain of the team going into the World Cup, and he actually gave reasons why he's chosen as well. He talked about her character. He's talked about, you know, hard work. He get basically, waxing lyrical about this lady. And now he's gone. You know, we don't know how long he's gone for. Another one stepped in and named another person as the captain.
And like I said earlier, a coach that does that is basically making you understand that there's a new sheriff in town.
That's it.
And this is how I want to run my game. A lot of what ifs were thrown up by Cecilia. They might be right on the long run, but the sad part about this is that it's taking the focus away from what's important and all of this crisis, and it doesn't all go well for us because, believe it or not, the players are hearing all of these things. They're watching, they're listening, they're reading. You know, and you don't want to create disunity in camp because if that happens...
Okay, you're thinking this is going to affect...
No, all the crisis will eventually trickle down to the players. You know, if they can maybe just insulate themselves from all of this drama and try to get that ticket, for Nigeria.
And
I'm just concerned about the players.
Of course, you have to be concerned. And if you notice that after that announcement was made, there was a pause.
Yeah, because usually
there was a pause because they didn't see that coming. None of the players saw it coming.
It was shocking. Yeah, it was shocking. Usually, when you hear that kind of announcement, the first thing you will get is a cheer. People are like, yeah, and all that. But there was this 2-second pause.
Yeah, they wanted it to say
it dawned on them that
a bit of clap, a bit.
But we might be reading it. Now we're reading body language, right?
You guys shouldn't do that.
We might be reading it wrong.
Let's leave this topic. Maybe we could still be expecting something from Nigeria Football Federation.
That's the problem.
Don't worry,
the whole speculation is,
because
it's still big right now.
I'm going to say it, and everybody knows it.
Yeah.
They're not proactive. They are reactive. After all of this, they're going to react. They will react.
Because their silence leaves room for speculation.
That's
it leaves room for speculating.
You should
that's what
preempt such things. You get just as that video was going out, an official statement, should
to
go
follow
out
up
and all of that.
And if you had not even checked the Twitter handle, you wouldn't even know what's going on.
Exactly.
Okay. Before we leave the Falcons, our captaincy, we have a tweet from Ufoma Obrike, who was reacting to the development. Says, I think this development will encourage acrimony in the dressing room of the Super Falcons, and I'm starting to believe the claim from Denaby that some cabals in the glass house are influencing his team. That's from Ufoma Obrike. I mean,
strong.
You can see where he's coming from.
Yeah, and it's understandable, actually. Like we said, that's why we were saying that this might affect the team. All of these distractions is not needed at the time that it's coming. Let the NFF react fast.
Okay, let's leave this one and talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We got this release from Nigeria Football Federation in the afternoon on Tuesday, where they said that Nigeria will be facing Brazil in an international friendly, so we can leave our Falcons for now and focus on this one. I wouldn't say it's another distraction, but then this is the real deal. The Super Eagles of Nigeria will have opportunity of facing Brazil. It's going to be in Singapore. That's a good one for the next FIFA free window.
It will. It will be a good one. The Brazilians have a policy of not playing any team that is outside the top 50 teams in football. And Nigeria is number 2 in Africa now, so that's why they chose Nigeria. They're going to play Senegal first, then come play Nigeria. And the venue is another amazing place. Yeah. It's a sports hub, the kind of thing that you want your national stadium to be like. And, I'm glad that Singapore has done this. Maybe we would learn 1 or 2 things when we go on that trip. But for footballing reasons, this is amazing.
Fantastic.
Brazil's ranking makes this beautiful for us. No matter what happens, we're going to gain some points from playing Brazil, which will help us in the FIFA rankings.
Okay, and the good thing is after this one, they're also hunting for more, countries to actually play in preparations for the qualifiers for
maybe South Africa.
South Africa.
I heard they are finding it difficult to get teams to play.
Why do we want to play South Africa?
They're an African country.
We need to play another team. Maybe we should play
Where's Lesotho based?
Okay, I think we can play Zimbabwe instead of South Africa, or we can play Zambia. So, there's some
Why not South Africa? We can play any African country.
Why not? Yeah, why not? Cecilia,
I'm just saying we need a stronger team. For now, I don't think South Africa is as strong as Zambia. Ouch. I think I would rather prefer we play Zambia than South Africa. That's
painful.
What I think. It's not really painful. We saw them at the Nations Cup. Fine. Fantastic beat, host nation. But then they've changed, they've changed their coach. You have another coach coming in and all that. What's his pedigree and the players that are coming in? But I just think that Zambia is a stronger team right now.
Whoever we play, though, let's just look for teams that have similar qualities as the teams that we're going to square off against.
Exactly.
So let's play Togo, let's play Ghana, let's play some of these countries that we know would give us a run for the money.
Exactly.
The reason why I talked about South Africa was because of the fact that there's a rivalry in football, Nigeria, Ghana, and all of that. Nigeria, so that
every time they play us,
even if it's a friendly game, it will bring out a lot of emotions and also maybe suit the rough edges happening outside football.
Right.
Okay, I think let's play Zambia.
So October the 13th, that's the date for that friendly against Brazil. Hopefully, it's definitely going to be a very fantastic game, no doubt about it. And afterwards, Nigeria has 2 AFCON qualifiers in November. They'll play the Squirrels of Benin Republic as well as Lesotho, the Crocodiles of Lesotho. Let's move on from the Super Eagles now. Let's talk about the UEFA Champions League match day 1. Incredibly, we have some very interesting results to talk about. And let's get confirmation of the results first before we get Chola has our thoughts on a couple of those games. All right. Let's start with
Liverpool and Napoli, yes.
Defending
Napoli.
champions. Defending champions, Liverpool going to Naples. Last time out, they lost by a lone goal. Didn't have a shot on target. This time around, they lost by 2-0, but they played a lot better. You know, a lot of shaves. Sadio Mane, Mo Salah coming close as well, but they lost.
Interesting result. A lot of people would have assumed that Liverpool would even win this one, not just even go there to lose, based on how they've been on the home front. You know, domestically, they've been fantastic.
Perfect.
They've not dropped a point. They're on top of the league. They have a 5-point gap on Manchester City. But the thing about it is that if you go by stats also and everything, you find that Klopp cannot find joy in Italy. He always goes there and he's always losing in Italy. And back-to-back losses to Napoli in Naples also confirms that, you get. However, Napoli on the other side, they just keep winning against English teams. I think they've won 5 of 6 of the last 6 games that they've played against English sides. And if you look at the game itself, there was not much between these two teams.
Exactly,
But the result counts, and 2 goals is a lot in the Champions League. You know, on the road, you want to at least get a point and make it difficult for them when they come back in a few months' time. But hey.
So, congratulations to Napoli. That's Dries
well-deserved.
Dries Mertens as well as Fernando Llorente. 2 late goals are giving them that victory over Liverpool. Klopp, obviously, disappointed man.
Before we move away from Liverpool, remember that this is what happened last year. They lost at this stage and went on to win the cup. So maybe this is another sign that Liverpool will win.
That's what Carlo Ancelotti actually says. He's reassuring everyone that if Liverpool lose at Napoli, they might go ahead to win
you never can tell.
And Klopp was also saying Napoli can win the Champions League.
At times, it's better that you experience this early. Now you lost, you don't want to lose again. And it just gives you the impetus to continue winning. And
all right, let's see results from other match day 1 results. We've seen Liverpool defeating Liverpool losing 2-0 to Napoli. Salzburg thumping KRC Gang.
8-goal thriller.
Yeah, that's a tennis
we didn't
scoreline.
have our Nigerian guy, so it was okay.
The Nigerian guy came on with 5 minutes to play. Paulo Naucho was a debut to forget for him. Inter Milan can't seem to buy a win against Slavia Prague. Everyone expected Inter to get all 3 points playing at San Siro. It wasn't meant to be.
There was nothing between these 2 teams
Nothing at all. For Nerazzurri, they haven't won in 5 Champions League games.
And of course, the Nigerian shone like a bright star.
Right.
You know?
Peter Olayinka, right?
Peter Olayinka was on fire. His goal was a good one.
Well taken.
You know, and he has announced himself to the world. And like people are saying, hey, Gennaro Raw, we hope you're watching.
All right, let's move on to Dortmund. The other big matchup for the day was Dortmund taking on Barcelona. That one ended goalless. But if you watched the game, you know that wasn't a goalless
match a cracker.
At all.
It was a cracker.
Loads
Forget
of
the
chances.
Results. Dortmund were well set up. They were in for the business, you understand? And I was so excited at that game. I had to watch it again early this morning.
Shout out to Ter Stegen.
Oh, man.
He
was man of the match.
He saved the bacon
he did.
of Barcelona.
He did, actually.
And we also saw Ansu Fati, youngest Barcelona player, to play in a senior UEFA match as well. So that
the
guy,
future of Barcelona is secure.
Very secure.
Really? Okay. All right.
All right, then. Let's move on to Group G. Lyon and St. Petersburg. That one ended 1 apiece. Memphis Depay scoring the equalizer from the penalty spot, while Benfica lost to RB Leipzig. Timo Werner with 2 goals to get the victory all the way in Portugal. Last but not least, Valencia beating Chelsea 1-0 at Stamford Bridge. Not a very good way to start his managerial career in the UEFA Champions League. That's Frank Lampard. Rodrigo with the only goal. Ross Barkley missing a penalty. That should have perhaps equaled and leveled matters.
Everybody's talking about how it could have been Willian or
Jorginho,
but Ross Barkley stepped up to the plate and he actually missed a very vital penalty.
Hit the bar.
But look, I feel sad for him that he lost it, but I'm sure he really wanted to be a hero on the day. You understand? Sadly, it didn't go well for them. Chelsea losing at home is a very, very bad result. Very, very bad one.
Not good.
And Valencia, for them, 3 points is very important on the road.
On the road.
This will come to play in a few months' time when we start to look ahead to head and stuff, because that group is looking like it's going to be a tight one.
Yeah, talking about Ross Barkley, I think Frank Lampard has already said that he's his first choice penalty taker. As long as he's on the field of play, he's going to take it. So
it's not strange, because we're not in training with them. Look,
he
the guy is probably banging in penalties.
He is the one. He's the number one choice. So if there's any other player on the field of play, if he's not there, then they can take it. But once he comes on,
so basically that's Frank Lampard stamping his authority in this side, because last season it was Jorginho. Now it's coming and said, this is my guy now. And, and this guy missed the penalty.
Respect his decision.
That's what coaches do when they
come. That's why we need to
they change captains and change penalty takers too.
Okay, we need to go on the break now. We'll come up looking at the games for tonight. All right, time to talk about the games for tonight. And we know the big one is going to be between PSG and Real Madrid, because they have something in common, really. Coaches changes and some players not really too happy. But then Group A, Club Brugge and Galatasaray, PSG and Real Madrid will be in action in Group A. That's match
It's
day
too
one.
early to have PSG.
It's too early
Madrid.
to have this. But unfortunately, they are in the same group. So they are stuck together.
Group B.
They have to play home and away. Bayern Munich and Red Star Belgrade. You also have Olympiacos and Tottenham will also be in action.
Put your money on Bayern to win.
Okay.
Tottenham, Olympiacos, ball first.
Okay. All right, ball first. I love that. Dinamo Zagreb and Atalanta will also be in action. Shakhtar Donetsk and Manchester City. Manchester City, they're hurting right now.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Man City need a result, and definitely going to go for it.
Like Group D, Atletico Madrid, Juve, another fantastic game to watch out for. Cracker.
Yes, Cracker written all over it.
Bayer Leverkusen are taking on Lokomotiv Moscow. All right, then City and Shakhtar actually met twice last season, and Manchester City scored 9 goals unreplied. So perhaps they can go into that game.
They can pick up on where they left off now.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, look, the best form of defense, like they say, is attack.
Yeah.
So
and he's got it.
if you go at Shakhtar Donetsk, you might just end up getting the result because you go at them, but you have to run for 90 minutes plus. And he has the players to do that now. Raheem Sterling is in the form of his life.
Jesus.
You know, there's Jesus, there's Kun, Aguero, you know. He actually has a very good team. Yes, there are worries with defense, but attack.
Okay, and he loves that. He loves that. Attack. That's what he does more, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's his a philosophy, attacking philosophy, you know, brought to us by Pep Guardiola. So
use it.
It just looked a bit down in that presser.
That's body language again.
Body language,
but, you know, I think
that's not encouraging to his players.
No, don't mind him. Pep knows what he's doing.
Okay.
Pep is a smart guy, you know. It's just giving you that, oh, my team is in trouble. No,
and later he says he cannot complain about that.
Yeah, if you see him, I've seen a video of Pep talk, you know, Pep giving a pep talk.
Yeah.
It was fire. So,
all right, thank you for watching. I'm Cecilia Amogbe.
I'm Taya Salam. Enjoy the rest of your day.